Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jimmy, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 underrated features or 5 features that you didn't even know you were able to do on your Samsung Galaxy device that's running on Samsung One UI. Starting this video off with feature number 1, this is where you're able to add additional options when it comes down to megapixels when you take a photo. Most of us is all taking pictures with the 12 megapixel. Maybe we're getting bored of it. Maybe we don't want to go up into that 50 megapixel or 200 megapixel. Maybe it's just too much data. Maybe it's too large of a file. And if you want to go into the middle ground, which I believe it's rumored for the Galaxy S26 to have this option in the stock camera, all you have to do is head inside of Expert RAW. And if you don't have Expert RAW, I'll show you how to get that here in just a second. But inside of Expert RAW, you have the option right there for 24 megapixels. So it's going to be a little bit larger than your 12, but it's going to be smaller than the 50 and 200. Now, what you can also do right here is you can save that image as either RAW and JPEG. So once you take a picture, you'll have two. One that is RAW, that has all the data in the photo that you can edit it. The other one would be JPEG. Now, if you only want it to be JPEG, you could choose that option. If you want it to only be RAW, then you can have that option. For me, sometimes I'll just take both, and if I don't want it later, I'll just delete it. So more than likely, a lot of times I'll just delete the raw image, but it's just kind of fun to have both of them. Now, this right here, this is your wide, so this is your 1x. This right here is going to be your 0.6. Which this one actually says 0.7. And then for your telephoto, this would be like your ×3, the ×2 and such. So this is where you'd be able to switch those up. So it looks very similar to your stock camera app, but there's just a lot more features to it, and it's really fun to play with. Now, when you take a photo with Expert RAW, you're going to have your own gallery album for it. So inside of my Expert RAW, I can see that image that I took earlier. Now, if you do not have Expert RAW, let's say that you went inside of your camera, you went over to the More, and this was not an option, just head right over inside of your Galaxy Store. So inside of the Galaxy Store, this is where you would search for Expert RAW. You just go to the very top, type in Expert RAW, and there is your application. If you can't find it again still, just open up Expert RAW, just search on your phone, you can find it. It's just a regular application. It's just nice that it is able to be embedded into your stock camera right there. Now, after you switch it to the 24 megapixels and the way that you would like it to be saved, if you want to have both of them or just one, then when you go inside of your gallery, you go right there to your Expert RAW gallery, and this is what you will have. Now, this one right here does not have an icon. This one does. So you see that small little icon right there? That just says RAW. So that is the RAW image. That is the full photo with all the details, all the information embedded in it. Now, this is a really good camera. I feel like it comes off with better images than the regular stock. Look at how much detail. Like, I can see that right there. Some of my thread is coming out. If there was little pieces of white lint or something, you'd be able to see it there as well too. This right here is the JPEG image. You can see it's 24 megapixel. When we move over, this is the RAW image. And then this is where, if you'd want to go through, make some edits, all the details and data is within this image right there. And then here's another one, and this one actually shows the difference between JPEG and RAW, because when you look at the colors here, it's a little bit different. So this one, the hat kind of seems a little bit lighter, the grass seems a little bit lighter, and this one just looks a little bit more detailed. This is RAW, and this is JPEG. So this is where you'd be able to go inside of there and, again, make all the edits you would like to with all of that data that was taken. And when you take a picture, it takes a couple seconds to save both of those images. Feature number 2, this is how you're able to use 2-finger swipe for multi-window. And so how you're able to turn this on is you want to go right inside of your settings. You're going to scroll down and you're going to look for advanced features. Inside of advanced features, this is where you go to multi-window. And then this is where you have those options. There is one for swipe for pop-up view, and that just means that you're going to go towards the very top and you're going to go at an angle to bring them into a pop-up view. It's cool to play with, but really what I wanted to focus on this one was the split screen, because it makes it easier once you turn that thing on, and then you can open up really any applications on the bottom. Also, what's very cool about this is if you swipe up on the bottom again, then that means that you can open up a different application. You swipe up again, then you're able to open up something else. You're able to swipe up again. So anytime that you ever want to switch between applications, because maybe you want to keep this one on the very top, then you're able to swipe up on the bottom again, and then you're able to switch whatever applications you want to run on the bottom. And then just to show off that pop-up view one, so if you swipe down just like this, now you're going to have your window there. You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller, you can bring it down, however you want this to kind of look, and you can also move it around. If you want this one to get bigger, you just tap right there, and then you're able to get out. Feature number 3, this one is definitely underrated, especially if you have kids. So if you don't have kids, you could probably bypass this, but if you have nieces and nephews or something like that, you have a kids mode that is a part of your phone. If you don't see it, just go inside of the edit and then you find kids and you put it in there. So once you go inside of kids, this is where you'd be able to have them in this thing where they can't get out, right? They have to use my passcode, my PIN, my face, whatever, to get out of kids mode. So it's going to keep them in there to where they're not going to go all around your phone. And when you add in new applications for them to play or games, it's going to come in like a package like this. So it's like a little gift. And then this is how it's presented to them. You can also have them have phone, and inside of the phone, you just put in who you would like them to actually call if need be. So I just have 2 numbers that's inside of there. The camera is pretty fun for them because there is all these different effects. So you can do something with your face. You can add stickers to everything. You can take some photos just all around the house. Same thing with videos. And then all these are going to be stored inside of their gallery, which is sitting right here. So you have little animations and sounds and a whole bunch of really cool things that is going on. So again, they're not going to clutter your side of the phone. This is basically theirs. And checking out some of these games here. So this is like a Friends Village thing. I'm not too familiar with it. I know that I can actually go through and change the way that this looks. So if you want them to have, different looking houses, you can flip this stuff around, head right on back, and that's what it looks like. You can go inside of here, interact with a few people, and let's see, I guess we're going to feed them some fish, or maybe I'm taking fish. I don't know. I don't know too much about this one. This is mostly for the little ones, and they will definitely learn how to do it. Here's a music band that you can play with. So this one was one that we do actually use on my phone here with my little one. And then if you tap in the middle, it's going to change the sounds. And then for the very top right-hand side, this is a lot of the stuff for the parents. So you can change the wallpaper, do an emergency call. You have parental controls. You also have your add and edit apps. You can get more apps. You can take a look at the settings, and then you can also close it. For the parental controls, this is where you're able to take a look at their screen time and everything that is on this side of their phone. This is the kids mode here. So you got like 11 applications, 2 contacts, and 7 images. And then also too, if you want to get more, you can just go right inside of there. Then here is your settings, and this is where you can change more of the settings. So you can change the lock type for parental controls, reset the Samsung Kids, add Samsung Kids to the apps screen. So you can actually put it into your app screen, that app tray. And then about Samsung Kids, looks like that there's an update. So I'm going to go through, update this one. And then we're going to go on to the next steps. Wow, look at this. So my phone, Samsung Kids, my camera, the gallery, Lisa's Music, Magic Voice, Crocos, and Samsung Kids. So it looks like all of these right here are updating. So there we go. Good thing I looked at that. So now from here, if you'd like to get out, you just go to close Samsung Kids, and then you use your fingerprint. The other way you can close out of it is by swiping from the right-hand side, like trying to go back, use your fingerprint, and now you're back out. For feature number 4, we will be going inside of Edge Panels, and inside of Edge Panels, you have Drawing Assist. Now, if you don't have this Edge Panel yet, if you open up the Edge Panels and you go inside of your settings, this is where you go right there to Panels. And just make sure that you have apps that is ticked, so this way you'd be able to use this feature, and you're also able to add in more applications that you use all the time. So if you don't have your Edge Panel at all, in order for you to activate it, you just go right inside of your settings. You're going to scroll down, you head over into display, and then inside of display, you're going to scroll down, and then you'll find Edge Panels. Just make sure you turn it on. And again, this is where you have all of those settings right there for Edge Panels. Enough talking about that. Let's go over inside of Drawing Assist. With this one, they were able to add in more options than what you see right here. So originally it was watercolor, illustration, pop art, 3D, cartoon, and sketch. Well, they just added in 4 brand new ones that, at least the last time I opened it up, these weren't there. So these 4 on the very top are brand new. So those are just 4 brand new styles. For this, I'm not much of a good drawer, but it's really fun to see what it comes out with. So I'm just going to draw a person. And again, my drawing is not going to be great, but the end result of what I'm going to choose, it's going to look really good. So let's see, there, boom, 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 boom. And for this one, I'm going to choose the option of sketch, and then I'll hit on generate. And then what I'll do is I'll probably try like 3D color or one of those, or 3D cartoon or one of those other brand new styles that I've never even tried yet. So this right here, this image is already better than mine. So this one was mine, and then that was what it created. So if I want to go right on back, and let's say I go to more all, or view all. I'm going to choose that option there. That's my picture. I'm going to head over into generate and see what this one comes off as. And there we go. So even with just a tiny little easy illustration of just a couple seconds, it was able to create this one. And again, just keep playing with it. You can even try like pop art. There's so many different things that you can just try on this one. Just draw some stuff, draw some vehicles, some flowers, some people, whatever you would like to. If you are really good at drawing, that's pretty funny. If you're really good at drawing, then you're going to really love this. When you get any of these images that you like, what you can do is you can copy it. So it's going to go inside of your clipboard. You can share it. You can download the image, or you can save this as a sticker. So if I want this to be a sticker, now we just added it as a sticker. Hit on done. That looks good to me. And if you also want to download it, then you can just download it. Now it's saved inside your gallery. Again, I think this one is definitely underrated. I think not many people play with it, and it is something that is fun. And closing out this video with feature number 5, we're going to open up Edge Panels one more time and head inside of PenUp. Now this is an application, so if you don't have it, just go to the Galaxy Store and download PenUp. PenUp is a way that you're able to, I guess, relieve stress, if you feel creative, if you want to draw, color, whatever you would like to do. So here's the homepage. As you scroll through, you'd be able to take a look at other people's drawings. You can follow people. You can even post your own pictures. Anybody who draws something, if they record it, because there's an option that you're able to record your drawing, so you can save it as a live drawing. This is a way that you can also learn how to draw it. So if you see something on there, someone recorded it as a video, then you're able to learn exactly what they were doing, and you're able to do it along with them. It's kind of like a play and a pause type thing. But this is a way that I can now see exactly what they did to create this image, which I think is pretty cool. Up over here, these are the coloring pages. So if you like to color, you'd be able to go through and then you're able to color. There's one right here that I did myself. It was all white. And I just did the option for paint fill, which I'll show you in a second. So here is drawing. So if you'd like to draw here, you can choose your size of canvas. So there's a bunch of different options. There's like social media ones, widescreen, there's standard. So if you would like to start a whole new drawing, you can just go right there. For photo drawing, what you can do is you can take a picture of something and then you're able to draw on top of it. So it's as if you drew it. So let me show you one that I did. So when we go inside of the drafts, so first off, here is that little painting that I did. And what I mean by painting is I chose this option here, which is this like fill color. So I can go like right inside of there and I can make all the changes I would want to just by tapping in these little lines right there. So if you want to go through and, just make a really cool photo, you're able to do that. On the very bottom, this is where you're able to save it. Or what you can do is you can actually post it as well. So if you want it to be posted underneath your name, you can do that. And then here is my example right here of that photo drawing. So what you can do is you can go inside your gallery or just open up the camera, you take a picture. So I was holding on to this A1 sauce bottle right here. And with this one, all I really did was I zoomed on in. I chose all these different colors. I started, just kind of like, coloring, painting, whatever. So I can just go through this, fill it all in, and then if I wanted to, I'll switch this one over into white, and then I'll draw or write in there like the net weight. So if I choose this, let's say we go over to white, hit on back, then you can go through it and then you can start writing on top of it. And so you can take your time, do everything you want to, and then now you have your drawing that's right there. On the top right hand side, this is where you can save it, save as new artwork, save as image, you can post it, there's settings. I can go back and I can take a look at the reference image for it, and also I can record its time lapse. So then this way other people can see me doing this artwork as well. So I'm just gonna go through, hit on save. So we took a look at drawing and photo drawing. Now this is something that I like to do, which is coloring. I can go right inside of here and let's just say that we just choose this one, right? This is where you can start coloring. So you can zoom in, change the pen, change the color, do whatever you'd like to. If you want to take your time, you can go through and you can color all of this. Or what you can do is if you're somebody who really likes that whole fill color, then you can just tap on that little paint can, boom, and then now you have it all colored. Let's see, let's say we want to get this book to be brown. Shoot, I hit the back. That's okay. We'll make the outside like that. There we go. This looks pretty cool. So it's a way to kind of relieve stress, be creative, and all that good stuff. This is where you can save it, send it, do whatever you would like to. So right now I'm just gonna go to save, and then I'm gonna revert back to it later on. So then this way I'd be able to color it. So all the stuff that I did is gonna be right up on the very top at the home underneath drafts. And so I can go through and put in the finishing touches. But hopefully you guys have appreciated this video. That was 5 underrated features that I think everybody should play with. Maybe there's some of those features you've never even seen before or even tried, but you should definitely try it out today. Hopefully you guys have appreciated this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Subscribe on the very bottom left-hand side. And if you like this video, then more than likely you'll also like this video. And I'll see you guys later.